Hey everyone, it's Molly here. Check out the Nightmare Before Christmas shirt. Woo! Okay, so I didn't do a video last week. I apologize. I'm horrible at time management. Yeah. So I'm doing 2 videos this week. First one is the one that you're watching right now. Second one will be out sometime later this week whenever I find the time. Yeah, again, I'm horrible at time management. Anyway, today's video will be on how to do improv, like improv theater or comedy. My definition of improv is doing something without planning it. The internet's definition of improv is short of improvisation. Definition of improvisation, something improvised. And definition of improvise is made or said without previous preparation. It's basically what I just said, just in more of like a string of definitions and a little more complicated. Please ignore the flickering lights and the background noise. It's just my junky air conditioner. Okay. So, that's the definition, which is the only part that I actually wrote down. I'm going to be reading the rules of it off of the internet. Okay. So, in improv, you always say yes and to keep it going. You never deny something. Add new information. That's what the and part is about. It's never you just say yes and stand there because there's nothing for the other person to work off of then. Don't block. That's what not saying no is. Saying no is you're blocking them from continuing on and just saying yes. You're blocking them from continuing. You're not giving them something to work off of. Avoid asking questions unless you're adding information. Okay. Questions are a hard thing to deal with because a lot of questions are just plain yes and no. There are games that are all questions. If you've ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyway? They have the questions game where it's just all questions. And that's actually one of the hardest improv games to play. It's not easy to ask questions and go off of them in improv. Okay, so let's continue down. Play in the present and use the moment. So if someone says something, you work off of what they said and not something they said 2 minutes ago. Like if you're in a scene with somebody and the person says to you, my favorite food is hot dogs, you don't just say, the sky is blue outside. You go off of that and say, my favorite food is pizza. And then you just continue going like that. Now that's an awful example because the conversation could just stop there, but like I said, it's just an example. Note I was never good at improv, no matter how hard I tried. Let's continue. Establish the location. That is the first thing you do. You have to have the location set so that you know what's going on around you, and so that you're not thinking that you're in the Bahamas and your partner is thinking that you're in Paris. Because that could be a whole different scene. Okay. Be specific and provide colorful details. So if we're going back to the example that I said before, partner could say, my favorite food is hot dogs. I like to eat them with ketchup and mustard. Your reply could be, that's interesting. My favorite food is pizza. I like to put pepperonis and mushrooms on them. And then just keep on building up from there. Like, I don't know, mention that you're starting to get hungry and you should go get something to eat, and like then start arguing about whether to get hot dogs or pizza. I don't know. Pretend that you're in a conversation. That is mainly what improv is. It's just a conversation, but in a more theatrical way. Change, change, change. I'm not entirely sure what this one is referring to. I think it means that if your partner changes the the improv scene, you have to roll with it. Let me scroll down and see if it says it. Yes, here it is. Improv is about character change. The characters in a scene must experience some type of change for the scene to be interesting. Oh, that's what it means. Like a personality change, or like a change from inside, like becoming a better person, like in a movie. The movie's not interesting if the characters stay the same throughout the whole movie. Same in the scene. Okay, let's go back to the list. For serious and emotional scenes, focus on the characters and relationships. Isn't that one kind of self-explanatory? I'll explain it anyway. I'm just going to go off of their definition. A long-form improv set should contain a variety of scenes. Some scenes will be emotional, some will be tense, and some should be funny. The easiest way to make a scene serious is by focusing on the relationship of those on stage, their characters. Other ways to make a scene dramatic is to hold a moment, use the silence, and focus on shifting emotional points that emerge as the scene unfolds. Explains it better than I could. For humorous scenes, take choices to the nth degree or focus on actions/objects. Since I don't know what the nth degree means, I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing it right. NTH? Someone want to help me with that? Anyway, here's what it means. A good long-form set is balanced. Shakespeare knew that too much pathos was wearing on the audience. Hence, he had minor characters in humorous scenes, such as the drunken porter in Macbeth, to create humor in improv. In improv, commit to choices to the nth degree or focus on actions and objects. Another way to create humor without doing so at the expense of the scene is to take every offer literally. It's like breaking the tension with comedy. I think that's basically what that paragraph said. Okay, I have more improv rules here. Let go of your inhibitions. Basically, don't hold anything back if you're afraid of doing something flirtatious on the stage. Forget about that and be as flirtatious as hell. Value emotional integrity over audience response. The paragraph says, sometimes when I'm on stage, the audience is quiet, painfully quiet. The material falls flat and I wish I could rewind and do something different. The other night I tried to be Michael Jackson and it was a total dud. My husband later told me that I used a southern accent for that scene. I went for the joke instead of maintaining the emotional integrity of the Michael Jackson character. In other words, I gave attributes to a character that didn't fit and therefore the audience didn't connect. Took a short while to get to the point of that one, but yeah, you have to stay with your character. If you're playing Michael Jackson, play Michael Jackson. Don't play someone from the South. like Ulysses S Grant. Did I get the name right? I'll look into that later. Play Michael Jackson. Rest in peace. Okay. I'm not gonna read all of them, it's a bit of a long list. So I'm gonna go on to the next one also. Here's how to improve your improv acting. Join an improv acting class. Because why not? It's kind of an obvious fix, like you want to improve something, you take a class for it. Like if I wanted to improve my knowledge of cooking, I would take a cooking class. You know, find jobs to use your improv skills. It lists teaching students, working at a theme park, or sales positions. I'm going to be posting the links to all these articles and all the websites I use in the description, so you can read through the examples that way. So basically, improv is just thinking quickly on your feet. Be in a conversation. Do something without planning it. Most of us do that stuff every day. Our friend says something, we make a joke about it, everyone laughs. You didn't plan the joke. You just went off of what your friend said. And that's improv. So I'm gonna have the next video out sometime later this week. So be prepared for it, and hopefully it won't be so hot that I'm going to need my air conditioner on just not to melt. Alright, bye bye.